Hey folks, how's it going? Tacho here with a quick video. Really wanted to talk to you today about my experience cycling in Colombia versus Vietnam versus Thailand. I've been doing a bit of riding my bike all over the world, and the amount of time I've spent in each country has been something like, I don't know, two or more months, and I've kind of gotten to know each place and kind of the quirks and features of each culture, and how they may or may not be set up to be friendly for road cycling or mountain biking or something like that. So I've got a list of stuff here I want to go over. Basically, quality of the terrain, steepness of the climbs, traffic, drivers, whether or not you can get help on the road, food on the road, bike shops, punctures, and the climate. So let's start with the quality of the roads. Thailand takes it. The roads in Thailand are pretty much good to go. Like you don't have to worry about punctures, really, potholes, a little bit potholes. The worst part of it is the greasiness of the road. It sounds like a strange thing to say, but it's a pretty damp climate, and the way their emissions laws are set up, they've got a ton of diesel trucks everywhere. It's a real smoky, diesel-y type of environment out on the road when you're riding the bike. In Vietnam, it's more like scooter oriented. There's not so many big SUVs everywhere. It's a little bit of a poorer country, but you're going to be more polarized, where you see scooters and then huge, massive trucks. So the terrain the roads are, since it's a communist country, like with a war history, they've got like a road system set up. That's pretty decent, I must say. But it is a little neglected. And then in Colombia, the terrain it's so unstable in the mountainous regions that the road is just it's really tough to go fast down descents. Like I've been cautious down every descent because the road will just disappear. So Thailand's probably the best, and then followed by Colombia, and then Vietnam has the worst terrain, the worst roads rather, for riding bikes. Steepness. It's hard to rank which is better because everybody likes their own. They have their own definition of what's good. The climbs in Vietnam were the steepest. You're going straight up or straight down. It's pretty similar to. The whole country is on a mountain range, pretty much, right? It's sandwiched between a mountain range and the ocean. And then after that, the climbs in Thailand were pretty much up or down, and hard up. Like you need more than a 39-28 unless you really want to be grinding out the gears. And then in Colombia, it's pretty chill. It's like you're kind of just going like up and 4%, nothing crazy, for hours. I like Colombia the best as far as you can go ride all day and you're not going to get toasted on a really steep switchback climb. The traffic was the worst in Vietnam. The drivers on the road they're nuts, and they drive way faster than their skills allow them, or they drive way too slow, and there's so many people, and they also do not care about anybody but them. As far as other drivers go, it's a real self-oriented, I'm what matters, I only care about my own safety sort of thing in Vietnam. That's a pretty universal Asian driving culture, where it's like if I can go forward, I can go forward, and it doesn't matter who's behind me or who I'm cutting off, I'm going. Don't hit. That sounds bad to say, but it's what I've observed. Thailand's very similar. And then in Colombia, I think the quality of the roads is so low that they are forced to exercise a bit more caution here. People drive well and they give you space, but I feel like here they probably don't. They probably care a little bit more if they knock me off my bike. In Vietnam and Thailand, I got knocked off my bike twice by drivers who just rode straight into me. Who's at fault? I don't know. Probably nobody. I guess that covers drivers as well. Help on the road. In Thailand, you can leave the house with no food, just a little bit of money. You get a flat, you get a double flat. People are going to help you. You're going to be able to find a way back home that day easily. In any one of these villages, you're stopped on the side of the road, people will stop and help you in Thailand. I didn't get that vibe in Vietnam. It didn't really seem like there was enough left over to be helping others. Everybody's kind of just trying to feed themselves to some degree. Because I had punctures, and I tried to get help trying to fix a puncture, but people, they didn't really seem to want to figure out what the issue was, or point me in the right direction. They don't. And then in Colombia, I haven't really had needed help here. Got a little bit better traveling and whatnot. I bring everything that I need. Okay, so food on the side of the road. I think Colombia is the winner for this one. There are restaurants and arepas and empanadas everywhere, like literally everywhere. In the hills, you can get a 20-cent, yes, like less than a quarter, good cup of coffee at some little coffee stands in the middle of nowhere, in front of somebody's house. It is crazy, and it's good coffee. And you can have an arepa and hang out for $1. It's pretty cool. Thailand is somewhat similar, but they mostly just sell fruits and meats and stuff, like little kebabs. And then in Vietnam, there wasn't anything on the road. Like, you could leave the town and you're like in the middle of an industrial nowhere. It's crazy. So I would say Colombia is the best for food on the road. Second by Thailand. Third is Vietnam. Bike shops in Vietnam were pretty good. I had some good experiences there. The stuff was cheap. I think Vietnam has such a strong relationship with China that they get so much stuff, or they even make a lot of stuff domestically for bicycles. So there was a ton of little local bike shops that could fix up anything, really. And they did an okay job. They didn't, for the money, it was definitely worth it. But yeah, there's a couple bike shops here in Colombia. I have not been to them yet. And then in Thailand, I just pretty much got ripped off. The bike shops were so expensive there. And I don't know if they're expensive for everybody or what, or yeah. Punctures and road debris. I've had 0 punctures in Colombia. I had 2 punctures in Thailand, and I had about a puncture every single week in Vietnam. So that tells you what you need to know. And then temperature. Thailand was pretty steamy every single day, like 90 plus degrees. There were storms. It was wet. It was a very juicy place. Da Nang in Vietnam, it rained every single day for 2 months. It was really tough. It was drove me nuts. After a while, I just had to get out. And then in Colombia, here it's 30% humidity. If you want to ride in the cool, there are some places you can go that are at 9,000 feet of elevation, and you're in the cool, and it's nice. It's chilly up there. We're on the equator here, and you can have any temperature you want. You just have to pick the elevation that you want to do it at. It's an interesting thing. It makes, you can ride whatever you want to do. You want to be in 55 degree weather? Cool. go to this elevation. If you want to be in the heat, in the moist climate, then go down. Because I'm in Medellin at 5,000 feet. You can go down to 2,000 feet, and it is steamy hot. It is like ridiculous. It's gross. Gross heat. Yeah. So I would say the temperature, the dryness. I like the dry climate here. Really helps in Colombia, rather. And yeah, that's my opinion. Let's take a look at some videos here of the various places. You've been watching me ride bikes around Medellin, so let's have a look at Vietnam and Thailand. Okay, this here, what we're looking at is a crazy piece of road getting constructed. And now what we have is a bit of side of the road action here, where you're kind of doing a climb up to Hai Van Pass in Da Nang, Vietnam. Cows on the side of the road. It's pretty crazy. This was a little group ride I did in Thailand up to Doi Pui and Buping Palace with some friends. And it's pretty easy to make friends in Thailand who are riding bikes. They just want to be out there and meet new people, practice different languages, and eat food, drink coffee, and be happy. It's a pretty steep climb. This is another one going out to Hai Van Pass. I met this person at a bike shop. She was pretty nice, had a very nice bike, but no cycling shoes, which is a bit strange. We had a bit of fun together, seeing some cool sights. This is along the ocean. It's fun. This is a little lookout point, again, in Da Nang, Vietnam. You can see the road cutting through the hillside, and the beach is down there. The area was pretty nice. Yeah, you can see the road pretty solid from this point of view. Lots of scooters. Lots of beeping. This is a little switchback in the mountains. So you're really up there in the clouds, and Da Nang is such a rainy place. Very windy, very rainy every day. Lots of livestock leaving a mess on the sides of the road, or even in the middle of the road. Can present a bit of a hazard. This is more, yeah, like I said earlier, the steepness of the terrain in Thailand was crazy. You're just grinding and grinding and grinding all day long. So it can really take out a lot of your strength, I guess, because you get tired quickly from all the low cadence. You're also right on the left side of the road, which is a bit interesting for some people. Yeah, you can see that driver giving us plenty of room, going by slowly. Going so slow up these climbs. Here's a little shop on the side of the road. I think it was like jackfruit or something like that. You can buy all the food and fruit that you need for pretty cheap. And that's it. That's my little video here. Hope you enjoyed.